I think that he could be asked, arguably, what the demeanor is of the defendant. So, Kelly, let me bring you in. We may have to break away and interrupt and go straight back to court. But during the sidebar, do you think that the demeanor of the defendant while at the recorder's court asking for a marriage license is relevant or not?
No, I think it's irrelevant. I think that's what the prosecution is going to basically assert, that her demeanor was very nice and sweet, and then saying that his demeanor was totally different. Kind of goes to his state of mind. What was he thinking? As we know, he is at the time was married, and so you can't get married twice. And so,
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Kelly. I want to go back to court because it looks like they're resuming.
I fill it out. I ask them the questions.
And then I think you had said buy a marriage license. Do they have to pay you some sort of fee as well?
Yes.
When you say you fill out the paperwork, how is the information from the parties, I guess, given to you?
I just ask them the questions that's on the state marriage application.
And then do you fill in or handwrite any documents?
I type it in on the computer.
Do you fill out any handwritten documents before you transfer it into the computer?
I sure do. That's what I start out with.
Okay, perfect. I previously showed defense counsel what's been marked State's Exhibit 114. May I approach?
You may.
Do you recognize that, sir?
Pardon me?
Do you recognize that?
Oh, yes.
What is that?
It's an application for the marriage license. It is what we call it, but it's our handwritten out items so we can get the private information like social security number and stuff like that, phone numbers.
Whose handwriting is that?
That's mine, unfortunately.
Okay. And where did you get that information from?
I asked each of these individuals these questions, their full name and their social security number from each individual.
Your Honor, this time the state moves for admission and publication of State's Exhibit 114.
No objection, Judge. 114 is to be admitted.
And I think you described in here, there's some information. I think you mentioned names and social security numbers. There are also some phone numbers on there as well.
Yes.
Is there anything, I see a lot of scratch outs in your text here. Is there anything specific about the way that you filled out that form that's unusual for you?
Yes. It normally goes simple, but I didn't start this process until Mr. Addie come in the door, and I was very uncomfortable in his presence.
Kelly, I have no doubt the very reason that there was an objection, they're back up at the bench, is because he just answered the question in a way that gave the information the judge had already sustained the objection and said he couldn't say, which was the demeanor of the defendant. But I'm still struggling because the demeanor of the defendant, in my mind, is something that certainly could be explored in this case. Tell me your thoughts.
No, absolutely. You bring up a really good point. And then listening to what he said, it's kind of like, well, why did he feel that way? What happens? I'm sure the jurors kind of leaning in like, okay, why did he feel that way? We want to know more about this. But we also have to think about, is it really relevant to this case? But we'll have to see what the judge comes back with.
I agree. And, some of the testimony offered, again, this is Mark Price. He's the elected recorder in Randolph County. He handles things like marriage license. But he said that, let's see, Molly Watson walked in and asked for the information on April 25th. I missed the exact date that they both came in and stood before him, but it had to have been after that date. My point is, it's close in time to the date that the body of Molly Watson was found. And so I think there's an argument, it's around the same time, the demeanor is something that's relevant. Let's go back to court.
The objection is sustained.